So yeah, while I'm on a roll making these, I might as well get this out of the way as well. I actually started doing Project Persona a little while ago. I've been meaning to get around to recording these videos for a while. Game clock in the first Persona now reads about 55 hours. Now, before you get a bit weird, that I'm not going to be now talking about 55 hours of gameplay. The weird thing is with that game, the game clock continues even when you go into sleep mode. I've not really known any other PSP games that do that, but yeah, by the end of this, my game clock in that game is going to read a ridiculous amount. I've probably played about 5-6 hours of it so far. I try and play at least a couple of hours a week. I was going to do like an hour a day or something like that, but with so many other things going on, I'm trying to be realistic here. I'm aiming for, like I said, a couple of hours a week. Yeah, I've managed to make it through into the other world now. I've gone through the first dungeon, the high school, and trying to remember all the details of the story, which shows you it's been a little while since I've played it properly. I've been transported to a different dimension, it seems. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this because, well, it's a very old game now. It's like, well, it was early PS1, so yeah, maybe 14, 13 years, something like that. Anyway, yeah, I have absolutely no real idea what's going on. I think the main character is supposed to be called Tatsuya because I believe the main character in this one is who they kept going on about in Innocent Sin, because I've actually played about 38 hours of Innocent Sin before. And part of why I want to play the original Persona, even though I know already that I don't like the game, because they kept referring back to it. Which is one weird thing that, having started the Persona series with Persona 3, and only then played Persona 4 before this, there's not a lot of callback to these earlier games apart from, well, Innocent Sin Online is a sort of like online thing, but in the original Japanese version I think it was referring to the original Shin Megami Tensei game, so it's just something that was added in localization. And there's Trish, the little fairy who acts like the fox does in Persona 4, sort of heals you up for money. She's like a presenter on one of the TV channels in Persona 3. Well, other than that, there's not really a lot of connection between. You wouldn't even really know they were the same universe unless you were explicitly told. Yeah, I don't like this game, but I want to play through it purely for the story. So I'm gonna try and I'm gonna stick with it this time. I've tried a couple of times before. I don't know what it is. It's like I just really don't get on with a first-person game. I mean, it's nice to break out of that for the battles, but it's also having changed now to like the social links that they do to power up your personas, and how they've changed your ability to get new personas and all the fusion type stuff. I haven't yet gotten used to the whole negotiating with the shadows, and the fact that the shadows are personas that I've used in previous games. It's kind of weird, like fighting slimes, and I've not seen Izanagi, is it? I don't. I'm going to be really inaccurate and forgetting a lot of details when I'm making these videos quite clearly. But yeah, I've made some progress. I have no idea where the story's going at the moment. I've heard bits and pieces over the years about this game, like obviously the Snow Queen quest, which has been added to the PSP version, which is all new since the PSP version's a year old now. And like I said, I really don't know my facts. But yeah, I'm not enjoying it. It's not as bad as I expected it to be, but I know by the time I get to Innocent Sin that while that retains the whole negotiating with the enemy to get the cards and stuff, I think I had a better grasp of doing it there. and I was able to get 40 hours into the game and not really have many issues with it. So I need to persevere with this, and yeah, I'll make another video when I make a bit more progress, and hopefully I will have a clue what's going on with the story by then.